Have you ever made a split-second decision that changed everything? Have you ever felt the thrill of rebellion only to realize that you have lost control? And what happens when the very foundation of your life is built on a lie? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will be talking about the latest Tamil release, Dragon, which stars Pradeep Ranganathan in the lead role. Now in my lifetime till now I have watched numerous coming of age films, but Dragon isn't just another entry into this genre. It is an audacious and emotionally layered film that takes a deep dive into the psychology of ambition, self-destruction and redemption. Director Ashwath Marimuthu returns with a film that is equal parts humorous, thrilling and profoundly introspective. Just some time back I had done the trailer reaction for Dragon and I had specifically asked why this movie is called Dragon, and I read the comment that it is better that I go into the film not knowing that, and I'm really glad that I did because I found it really cool that this was a play on words of Pradeep's character in the film D. Raghavan. Now Raghavan is a man whose life is built on precarious choices, much like a house of cards just waiting to collapse. Even though I knew beforehand that the movie has gotten really good reviews, but I still went into the theater thinking that will this dragon breathe fire or will it fizzle out? And much to my delight, it was the former. What made Dragon really stand out for me was its unconventional approach to character evolution. The trailer definitely is misleading and it will make you think that okay, this is a very typical coming of the age film for this particular character. But rather than sticking to a very cookie cutter template of rise of the character, then fall and then getting into a redemption arc, the screenplay plays very intelligently with the character's moral compass, which is why you enjoy the protagonist's journey even more. The moment you think that okay, you have it figured out with this character, suddenly the screenplay will subvert your expectation. D. Raghavan, aka Dragon, starts off as an overachiever in school, the kind of student who aces all of his exams but fails miserably in the matters of the heart. When he confronts his feelings for the first time and gets rejected, it has such a profound effect on his brain chemistry, which unfortunately sends his life spiraling into a complete chaos in the coming years. So in the following 4 years of his engineering, instead of picking himself up, he takes to the more thrilling and self-destructive mode. The brilliance of the screenplay lies in its seamless tonal shifts. One moment you're completely engrossed in Dragon's humorous situations, but it might be that the very next moment you are hit with a completely emotionally deep scene. When you look at Pradeep's character arc, you would be a little confused that okay, should I root for this guy? Should I hate him? Should I like him? And that is what keeps you hooked as an audience. You want to see how Dragon's story unravels. Each shift or event in his life adds a new layer to his personality, making his arc feel raw and organic rather than preordained. The writing is sharp and extremely self-aware. It never glorifies the protagonist's flaws. Instead, it uses all these flaws very smartly to actually make a biting commentary on pressures of success, societal validation, and the cost of taking shortcuts in life. The screenplay will never spoon-feed you the morals. It will never become this holier-than-thou narrative. Instead, through Dragon's life, it will let the consequences speak for itself. At its core, what I felt was that Dragon is a morality story which is wrapped inside the chaos of youth. It examines the slippery slope of ethical compromise, how one small deception can lead to a lifetime of running from truth. The film very subtly raises the questions about the price of ambition, that even if you are talented, you still choose to buy your way into success. Until what point till your moral compass keeps saying that no, what I am doing is right? Because Dragon's character and journey, it's not black and white. As an audience, you know that certain things that he is doing is absolutely wrong, but you also know that there are other things that he has achieved on his own merit. There's this one line in the film, and I'm paraphrasing this, that if one wrong can ensure a lifetime of happiness or success, then you should take it. But the screenplay also teaches us that if you have a moral compass, then that guilt will will never ever leave you. So the choice is really up to you that how you want to live your life. So these themes I thought were very, very relatable, and I think a lot of people will resonate, because I'm sure there have been instances in our life where we see a person and we think that, okay, I have probably done much more hard work than this XYZ, and look at that person, he has achieved so much or she has achieved so much, and it might feel unfair. And then our brain plays tricks on us that, you know what, I also could have taken this shortcut, I also could have done this and that, and I would have probably achieved all my goals. But then again, at what cost? And that is why while I watched the film, I thought that no wonder people were praising this film. No wonder people found it very, very relatable. It's a fun film, but then it also makes you think. Now let's talk about Pradeep Ranganathan first, because what I feel for Shiva Karthikeyan is exactly what I feel for this guy. Like Shiva Karthikeyan, he is also the next big thing in Tamil cinema for sure. And this is just my guess. I want to know what are your thoughts on that. Now, when I had watched Love Today, I saw that he had a very natural flair for comedy, and you can also witness that in this film as well. But Dragon also pushes him a bit more into the emotional territory. Without giving any spoilers, there is this one scene in the second half where he says sorry to his father. And the way he breaks down, my god, tears were just flowing, man. I couldn't stop myself. He was so good in that scene. His transformation from a disciplined student to an overconfident trickster to a man on the verge of collapse is strikingly authentic. He makes the character extremely relatable, ensuring that even when we are watching and disagreeing with his ideas and thoughts, we are still emotionally invested in his journey. Like, we want to see how it unfolds. Really, Pradeep, I feel, is the next big thing to watch out, not only as an actor but also as a director. Now, speaking of direction, I think Ashwath did a phenomenal job in executing the storyline. His ability to balance entertainment with introspection is evident throughout the film. He lets scenes breathe when needed and accelerates the tempo at the right moments, ensuring that the narrative never sags. All other aspects of the film come together really well, whether it is BGM, whether it is the editing, whether it is the cinematography. I think the movie looks extremely refreshing. It looks vibrant, the pacing never lags, the BGM complements the scenes very, very effectively. But for me, the best part was that how the climax completely subverts your expectation. When you think that, okay, all is well, suddenly in the end you get a final twist which will teach you a lesson. I loved the ending of the film. I absolutely loved it. It was very, very heartwarming. It was realistic, and I think it teaches a lot about having self-respect and dignity, and how to build a strong character. I think that message came through so well, because sometimes when you see these kind of stories, the screenplay at times tend to become holier than thou. It tends to become preachy, but this screenplay never went there. So that was my view. But the real question here is, what is your view? Did Dragon make you root for its flawed protagonist? That was my review for the Tamil film Dragon. Please let me know your thoughts, and I'm gonna sign off now from this video. I hope you have come till the very end and have enjoyed this review, and I will see you soon on my next video. Bye.